Hey there, I hope you've had a beautiful weekend, Sunday night. It is, for me, often a Sunday night is a time for reflection and setting up for the week ahead. I often, on a Sunday night, sit down with my iPad and put in some tasks for the week into my calendar. So tonight, what I was thinking about was setting up my week and looking at my calendar and realizing that today I really haven't gotten as much done as I planned to get done. And mainly the reason for that is because I slept for way too long today. So often when I do a split shift, I do have a nap in the middle of the day, and because I need to sometimes, not every day, but sometimes if I'm doing a split shift. And today, yeah, I reset my alarm a couple of times, and yeah, just found it really hard to get out of bed. I told myself that I needed it, but to be honest, I probably really didn't, and I should have just pushed myself to get up and do the work. Anyway, it was a choice that I made at the time, and that's really what I have taken from what I noticed today, and what I wanted to speak about is the power that we have to choose empowering choices or disempowering choices. And it's something that I've been reading up a little bit about recently through my studies, and I just find it really interesting. You know, everybody has the ability to make awesome, empowering choices, and yet sometimes we act as if it's not our choice, or as if we have to do this, we don't have a choice in doing that. Whereas ultimately, you choose exactly what happens in your life. And I suppose maybe for some people that will come as a bit of a shock, especially if they're in a place where they're not entirely happy with the way their life is at the moment. And for me, I'm pretty happy with how my life is at the moment. Of course, I think there are some things that could be improved in my life, and I'm definitely working towards those things. But and I think a lot of the choices that I've made recently and also in the past have brought me to this place. So I think realizing the fact that we really are responsible for the choices that we make, and even not making a choice or not deciding to do something is making a choice. So just thinking about that, you know, what are the choices that make you happy? What are the choices that you make that don't really serve you, don't push you to get you where you want to be? So just, I think it's an awesome thing to reflect on is, you know, even day-to-day life, think back and ask yourself, you know, what choices did I make today that really worked, and what choices did I make that I probably could have done better. So for me today, one of those choices was to stay in bed and to reset my alarm, and that was not the best choice. Wasn't going to really empower me or get me to where I wanted to be. So maybe tomorrow I'll reassess that choice and push myself to get out of bed if I have a nap. But an empowering choice that I made today was to actually go for my run this afternoon. And even though it was tough to eventually get out of bed, I pushed myself to go for a run. I have had a bit of muscle soreness in my back the last couple of days, so I wasn't really sure how that run would go, but I just thought, you know what, I've got to give it a shot and just get back out there running. And it was okay, but just still got to get this drinking thing down pat. I had a stitch for about, you know, 7 of my 8Ks today, so got to get on top of that. Anyway, so just something to think about is the choices that we make, and whether or not our choices are actually serving us or not, and to really have a look and decide that every choice that you make, you are making for yourself, and you're not forced to do anything. You have the option. And I think we're really, really lucky, or I see myself as very lucky to be living in a country like Australia, where we do have we do have that freedom to make we have more choices, I should say, more choices than other places around the world. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I shall catch you tomorrow.